Testing. Okay. I should have audio now. Forgot to turn my mic on. Testing. Okay. I should have audio now. Alright. And I don't think I have desktop audio either right now, so I gotta put that in. Sorry, I forgot that I was recording something for someone else, which we'll get to that, and I forgot that I deleted pretty much all my settings on OBS to get that out and make it work. Okay. So I should be coming in loud and clear. Now it's time to actually share it out. And what I was saying earlier, before you could hear me, um, my sleep schedule's been all over the place the past week or two. And so I could not... I couldn't plan this ahead of time, basically. I had to just pick a day and be like, okay, whenever I'm up, I'll stream. Ooh. Shit, and I should probably have... Uh... oh. Hello, Rat Knight. Sorry, I'm still kind of like waking up and stuff. I think if there's anything else I need to do. What is this notification? I don't know how to fix that. Okay, doesn't matter. Like, oh, your audio bit rate is lower than the recommended. Like, I don't know what that means. I really don't know a bit. I'm really not a streamer. I know I've been streaming off and on for like half a decade now. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I think this is only like my second or third stream this year. Yeah. So 2022 is over. Let's celebrate by playing the best game of 2022, Elden Ring. Should probably at least load up my New Game Plus file and make sure that it's saved properly and stuff. Okay. System. I just want to make sure that was actually saved. Right, and I am perpetually tired. You've seen enough of my streams to know how I roll. Now I took about a 4-hour power nap after I got home. Well, actually, so I got home from work around like 6 a.m. and then I played Doom 3, which is what I've been doing in my free time the past few days. I finally beat it. And I beat it by like 7:30. I was pretty close to the end after my day off the other day. So after that, I went to sleep and slept for about 4 or 5 hours. I think it was closer to 4. We are actually going to play with my mage character for a reason, for a specific reason. Even though Fredaisky is supposed to be my stream character, and this ties in with the biggest thing for me this year, which is that I don't have a torch. I don't have a torch. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I can do this. Well, I can, but I'm not wandering around in the dark. Not on stream. Can I actually get out of here? Okay, I see the light. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's been a while since I played this. It's been an even longer time since I played this profile. So I gotta get my bearings here real quick before I actually talk about any of the subjects I have in store for this video. I love how robust the magic system is in this. I have more respect for it than enjoyment, though. Alright, now that I've kind of got my bearings. The biggest announcement for me, if you haven't heard already, is I'm a published author now. My first ever book, The Hellfire Brats, came out in November. I spent most of my time this year, like, trying to get it ready for prime time, and it might have benefited from another pass or another look. At least one more, but there comes a point in time where you just gotta turn in your work, man. Where you just gotta be like about halfway through this year when I was doing I did my last big top to bottom full blown rewrite of the Hellfire Brats. And at that time I realized that if I don't get this out by the end of the year, I'm going to just end up giving up on this project. Like I had to just do it, get that make myself obliged to keep making them in a timely manner so that I'm not 80 years old working on the same series. Like I do have an ending in mind for that series, uh and I want to be able to actually get to it and then still have time in my life to write other series. Carrion Slicer, we got Glintstone Pebble. I don't know if I want to mess with this guy. I don't know. Uh, let's go ahead and. Oh, that was just a waste. Ooh, that's Actually, that's not bad damage. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Come on, almost got him, almost got him, almost got him. Why do I have this glowstone? Oh, I think I used those to get through the cave. Never mind, because I did get through the cave. Yeah, I need to find a torch before I do that. So, other, like, personal stuff, I'm still working at the same place I was, you know, back in 2021. It's actually gotten a lot less stressful because throughout most of 2021, I was working 6 days a week. That has not been the reality for most of this year now. Um, so that's good. And then yeah, I had another nephew born. Um, or I had my first nephew born rather. Everyone else were nieces. You sell a torch, don't you? Yes. Okay. I now have a torch. I should also make sure I level up. I don't have enough. But I will once I do Coastal Cave. I can probably... I can fast travel. How far am I in this? Yeah, I don't think... It doesn't look like I defeated Margit yet. I don't think I want to, though. Now, I've already beaten Margit on stream before with my other character. Um, I might just go straight for Liurnia and kind of power level my way through that. That's that leads me to Dragon Barrow. Oh, it looks like wait. Did I already do that? Oh, it's been so long since I've huh. I wonder why I have Dragon Barrow region unlocked. Looks like I've done much of anything but mess around. Huh. Let's do this cave first. This coastal cave is kind of boring. It's just demi-humans. Tree Sentinel. So yeah, this character, her name's Eliza, and the way I'm building her, I'm trying to like basically recreate a character from my book. So yeah, the glintstone type mage with a sword. Um. So yeah, as far as the channel goes, this was my smallest year by far. Or yeah, I think it was even smaller than like my first year on YouTube, like view wise and stuff. And that's entirely due to like just a lack of output, and what output there wasn't the kind of output that ever gets views. So there is no honest look, there is no podcast, there's no Ruby volume, so I wasn't able to milk that for views. Not really. Like there's Weiss Queendom or Ice Queendom, but no one cared about that after the first 3 episodes. They dropped all the first 3 episodes all at once, and then nobody cared after that. I can't forget that there's a dragon that'll just drop down on me over here. I don't want to mess with the dragon. Yeah, if I go over there, the dragon will just drop down on me. That happened on stream with my other character. I'm gonna put on my sword hand because a lot of the enemies here are not immune to sword damage, but they're very resistant to it. Like I'm gonna have to rely on my staff. Yeah, like at least on my first playthrough, the torch was doing more damage than my what did I have at the time? I think I still had my sword at my short sword at the time. Of course, that does big damage, but then want to make sure I have enough for the boss. This was one of the first caves I found in my first playthrough. It was kind of a nightmare to get through. There we go. So yeah, usually in these year in review streams, I talk about like some of the stuff I did, and then talk about the stuff that came out this year. The big thing I did was I just did more of the Quint breakdown, and I'm actually uh like a home run away from actually finishing that up. Like it's kind of exciting. Um, is that where I came from? What's this? Anyway, yeah, I got four more, or I got three more. I got three more Quint breakdown videos to do. Before it's all said and done. Two of them are covering different parts of the same arc, because that arc is very long. Used up more health than I wanted to by this point. Go from here. Oh, you went around this. It's been a very long time since I've been in this cave in particular. I don't think I visited this on my New Game Plus or on my stream profile. I think it's exclusively like I've only done it on my first playthrough. And I did it way later in my stream. I found it was one of the first ones I found, but because I wasn't doing any damage to anybody, I waited on it. Shit. I'm impatient. Let's see. Right, and I said 4 hours sleep. Well, hey, at least you got some sleep, though. And yeah, I can't believe this year's already over. Me neither. Like, this. Post pandemic America is just kind of a trip, honestly. Like, none of it feels real. Oh. Okay, this is my last health. And I'm getting ready for the boss. Sebastian A. Zapita Lopez said, "Hi, have you seen the last arc of Ranger Reject? I'm so excited with what will happen with Greenkeeper and D." I really like where this arc is going. I kind of got a little tired of the school arc. I felt the plot twist with Chidori being Greenkeeper was very predictable. Neji was just off his rocker with the comedy. Like it was getting a little tedious, but it didn't wear out its welcome. Uh, this new arc with the monster and with Chidori, aka Greenkeeper, knowing about D and still letting him like work with him and just fucking with him. Uh, has been a delight, and the most recent chapter was so good. Like D trying to figure out, like, okay, like I'm good at shape shifting, but I kind of have law of conservation of mass. So how can I use that to my advantage? And and nothing's working. Like I love when D has to get creative because I thought like that's the whole premise of the show, right? Like that's the thing that makes it cool and stand out. Like, why are we seeing more of that, honestly? Yeah. Dude is an absolute pushover if you're a mage build. I don't really know what this did to benefit me, though. Yeah, so Ranger Reject continues to be pretty good. And I'm super excited for the anime. I didn't think it would get an anime. I didn't think it was successful enough. And I certainly wasn't expecting the anime to have a trailer that looked that good. We'll of course see how the actual show looks when it comes out. No, not holding my breath there. But dude, if it looks even half as good as that trailer did, we are in for honestly, we're in for a bit of a Demon Slayer treatment. Because as much as I do like Ranger Reject, as much as I do like Neji Haruba as an artist, I think he is very good. He's great. He's a great draftsman. He's a great artist. I don't think he's that good at drawing action, and I said this in my review of Beilong's Nest earlier this year, where he can draw pretty much anything except people fighting. What does the carrion slicer do? Okay, that's what it does. I need to find a health spot at a grace. Let's let's just start upgrading um my health. Oh my god. There's gonna be the troll that drops down. I ain't messing with him though. Yeah. Toot your little horn. Looks like I already went through this area with this character. What's the lore behind that? Can you I don't think I have the jellyfish. Okay, I do. I have the jellyfish. Thinking I might not. That was on my other profile, I guess. 'Cause it happened like twice. I think it happened on my stream profile, and then it happened on my first playthrough, where the jellyfish would not drop. She would not give it to me. Am I close to where I can go get to Liurnia? Yeah, I have to follow this path. Over this way somewhere is the secret shortcut that I totally accidentally found before I ever fought, or before I beat Margit, rather, on my first playthrough. That's a very Eliza move. Oh yeah, I can't really see where I'm going. Well, there's Stormvale because it's around on the side of Stormvale. Yeah, there's the finger reader that tells me like, hey, the bridge is broken. How do I accidentally find a passageway on my first playthrough and now I can't just go there and remember it? Or I want to find this passage before I continue on with whatever I was going to talk about. There's that. Could be. Go the other. Maybe it goes under there. I don't think so. I don't think it goes around this way. What do you say? Hold this way. Now the weather effects of this game are pretty good, but right now it's getting a little annoying having to deal with this. I don't I don't jump, do I? Surely I'd remember it a lot more clearly if I had to jump. Just kind of continue to follow. That takes me directly to Stormvale Castle. Maybe if I go down this way, I'll get my bearings and figure out where I am and how to get to Raya Lucaria, or how to get to Liurnia without um going through Stormvale. Cause that's my goal. I don't think this is ever gonna link up with it. Alright, I guess I'll take that leap of faith. But that doesn't seem right. If I die doing this, then you'll know I was right. Let's actually like kind of check out the bridge, see if that'll help me get my bearings and get this item. Okay, I just had it's yeah. I say like the jumping doesn't seem right. Yeah, I have to go to the edge of the bridge and then go. Yeah, see, and then it goes back around this way. And that's where I was before. I was like, seem right. There'd be a bunch of demi-humans ambushing me any second now. I feel like they usually hit me by now. Shit, shit, shit. That was a way closer call than I wanted it to be. Alright. Where was I? On the comments. Right, and I said this new year I am going to try and get a job, probably go work at some grocery store or at GameStop. Gotta start somewhere in the world, right? Yeah, yeah. The job I have now, I work at a gas station, and it's not the first job I've ever had, but it's the best paying one I've had, and it's the first one that like paid me enough to live the way I want to live and do all the things I want to do. So no matter how much I hate it, I will always kind of have a soft spot for this job for that reason. Like without that, then without this job supporting me the way it has, my book would not be happening or would not have happened. At least not in its current form. Oh, I totally whiffed that. That would have one-shot him too. I usually go halberds. Like my actual weapon of choice with my main profile is the golden halberd. This little toothpick blade is not really doing it for me. Liurnia of the Lakes. We have reached Liurnia. We have reached our first destination on this stream, finally, after 42 minutes. The Shibiri grapes, that comes into play with the fire ending. The chaos flame. I should probably rest. Alright, and then gonna catch up on these comments. I understand I've done that with rewrites, just do it. It may not be good and it may not be bad. But hey, that's the fun about making a book. You can always make more. Yeah, I actually am already mostly done with the second draft of my second book. And it's from here on out it's going a lot smoother. Like the Hellfire Brats has just the inherent problem of any first book in a series, which is that it's very exposition heavy, and so it was really hard for me to kind of figure out where I wanted to put that exposition. T-Rex32 said, have you heard about Cyberzoic? It's about humans living on an alien planet who resurrect dinosaurs and give them transforming armor to help them fight the dragons that inhabit the world. Sounds kick ass. I'll have to look it up. I never heard of that. It's mainly figures for adult collectors, but I think they want to make a comic as well. Oh, that's probably why I never heard about it. If they make a comic, I'll check out the comic, but otherwise, I'm not really a collector person. Is it truly right for a hero to save the world if when a new one will replace it? Yes. Hello, small man. What are you doing here? Yeah. I did? So I did do Coastal Cave. Yeah. I kind of like the white, so, do I have anything else that looks more stylish yet? Nope. Alright, so there should be like skeletons and stuff in this whole area. But Church of Irith. I can donate 10. I think I already have. I at least have the two that would be interesting. I don't. I'm not interested in Starlight. I got a torch. Then maybe later. Maybe when I get strong enough to where I can like really go all the way with this build. I probably have found Selen. I don't know if I found Selen yet. Anyway, to answer your question more thoroughly, like it's it's no different from like saving the world so that um your children can have a world to live in, because the world is always changing. So it's not the change that you're stopping. It's the end. It's so a world replacing the old one is all the more reason to actually like kind of have a say, because you would hope for that world to be better. This is a Ragnarok thing. Not so much in God of War Ragnarok, but in like Ragnarok, in actual Norse mythology. The entire idea is that all the gods are dicks, and that it's a out with the old, in with the new. Like it's all the cool like good-hearted gods like Boulder who get to live, and all the dickhead gods like Odin and Thor that die. Like that's kind of the idea in Norse mythology. It's kind of the idea in God of War Ragnarok as well. Odin and Thor and a bunch of dickhead Asgardians like Heimdall die, and all the like good-natured ones like Thrud, they're the ones that live. I think that's as good a time as any to actually get into the nitty gritty of what came out this year. Because I've been so busy with my book and work and everything else, I haven't actually had a chance to consume as much as I usually do. Even compared to 2021, where I didn't hardly watch anything and there was hardly anything out. Uh, this year there was a lot of like really good quality stuff to come out. I really feel like the effect COVID had on production and distribution has basically gone away now. Everything that was delayed at some point, or most things that were delayed at some point because of the pandemic, have come out or are coming out really soon. Like Tears of the Kingdom is coming out really soon. And yeah, the one thing that where it doesn't look like a whole lot of good came out is music, but that's because, and I feel like I say this every year. I feel like I say this every year when it comes time to do the year in review stream, and I talk about all the media that came out. I always have to say that the music industry has never recovered from the streaming era, from the MP3 era, rather. Like the internet hit, everyone got it, .com boom. People found out that you could like download and distribute MP3s, and the record industry just collapsed. It's a shame because 2019 was a good year for music, and it was so promising. Like, it was such a promising year with such promising new artists. Lantern's useful. Actually, get rid of that now. Oh, outside. But I actually did listen to 3 full albums this year, which I think might actually be more than usual. Uh, and yeah, so there's Carly Rae Jepsen's "Loneliest Time," which I really liked on the first listen through. On subsequent listens, I kind of like, this might actually be her weakest album, or her, because her first 2 albums are pretty not great. So it's not as good as Emotion or Dedicated on the whole. I feel like it also has less bad songs than either of those. It's just that the good songs aren't that great either. It's just a very okay album. And then you have Harry Styles' album. I don't remember the name of it. I don't even think I listened to it all the way through. I only listened to some samplings of it. And it's got good stuff. As It Was is probably my favorite song to come out this year. And there's some duds, like music for a sushi restaurant, which is just nonsense. That song made it to Todd in the Shadows top 10 worst list of the year. And he found the best way to describe it. It's Uptown Funk if it was made by Michael Bublé. I can think of no greater insult for that song. Where the fuck is this area? Okay, I'm heading straight for it. Then, of course, Taylor Swift released a new album, and it was alright. I'm not as into pop Taylor as I am folk Taylor, but it's whatever. It's got good songs. Um, it did make history in that it was the first album to and Taylor Swift became the first artist to monopolize the Billboard Top 10, which I can only imagine is just a horror story for anybody who still listens to radio but doesn't like Taylor Swift. Because the asterisk on that accomplishment is that people didn't start releasing entire albums all at once until a couple years ago. And so Taylor Swift is the first to do that, to have all 10 to clutter up the entire Billboard Top 10. She will not be the last. In fact, I don't think that this is the only time that she specifically will do it. I feel like Taylor Swift is gonna do it at least one other time in her career because she's just that powerful. For lack of a better term, she's got that kind of a stranglehold on the cultural zeitgeist where she can actually pull that off. Oh god, these guys are durable. Alright. Do I have enough cojones to do this ever jail? If I remember correctly, this is the fire guys ever jail. Yep, it is. Okay, I got this. I got this. He should be easy. Oh. Might have underestimated him. Yeah, I definitely underestimated him. He just one-shot me. I thought I would absolutely eviscerate him at range because I know his range is pretty shit. But he one-shot me and kept on dodging my glintstone pebble. So I need like the glintstone blade technique. That technique is really good against the PvP style bosses. There's Raya Lucaria, and where is the... Yeah, I'm vastly... Well, I don't know if I'm vastly underleveled for Raya Lucaria. I feel like I am because I haven't done Stormvale Castle on this playthrough yet. I wanted to go to Liurnia for thematic purposes. But, anyway. Oh, I don't like these guys. Oh my god, I rolled right into it. I dodged it and then I rolled again and it went right into it. This is one of the more open areas in the game, with a lot of like nooks and crannies and sites of grace that are just randomly in the middle of places. Urgh, got fucking stuck on a tree. Gotcha. Oh my god. Can you actually, like, get in range of my sword, please? Jesus Christ, that was way more challenging than. I feel like I beat the demi-human chief's boss with less, like, frustration than that. Oh my god, they're all over the place now. Oh my god. Oh my god, how many of them are there? Kinda thin out the herd a little bit. Oh my god, now they're dodging. I'm almost out of FP. When did they get good at dodging stuff? Oh shit. You, you three, me, and in a dream. I got health at least. Got health to spare. Come on down here. Come on down here. Come on down here. Like, get down here. Howard! Come on. I want you to do it. Come on, I want you to come down here and fight me. Come on. Cowardly bastard. Oh, now you come down here. Now that you got your little buddy here with you. Well, guess what? He ain't gonna help you. Because he's dead. Now are you gonna fight me? Come on! Oh, god damn that monkey. That was way more harrowing than it should have been. I need to find a place to recuperate. Ah, cave. Oh, I fucking hate this level. I am not doing it, but I am going to recuperate. Oh, this one I remember in particular. There's two pathways. One of them is like just staying up this way, and it leads to a demi-human chief. But the actual ending is to traverse your way down there, get past a bunch of slugs, and you fight things like a Crystalian boss or something. But it's really long, really arduous, and there is no checkpoint. If you die, you have to start the whole thing over. So yeah, so back to what I was saying. 2022 had a lot of good stuff. Or a lot of interesting stuff. Again, I haven't had a chance to really check a lot of it out, so I don't actually know. But for video games, you had Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. Though that's two heavy hitters, both of which ended up being very good. I have my access to grind with both. I've aired out my grievances on Elden Ring on my prior streams and in my video titled something along the lines of like the Elden Ring doesn't have an actual story. Um, it has lore. Lore is not the same as story. The story is what you do. And what is the story of Elden Ring? Go around and kill guys. Like that's not much of a story. You don't have an actual reason. You don't go through a character arc aside from like just generically getting stronger. Hey, it's the side quest guy that I never found on any of my other playthroughs. I need like something to actually start that quest, and it's tied in with loathsome dung eater. Apparently, once you get what you need to actually start his quest, he's like one of the chillest NPCs in the entire game. I don't. It's lobsters. Oh, well, that's probably 5,000 runes I'm not getting back. I'll at least try to get them back. Yeah. At some other time, playing by my uh on my own time, I'll look up how to do that quest. Oh, jump! Call torrent! Get me out of here! All right. Yeah, I've been playing for over an hour and I haven't even gotten to the main subject. Well, at least I'm not gonna be trapped with the lobsters this time. It wouldn't be an Elden Ring stream without some deaths, would it? Alright. And go all the way around this way so I don't aggro all the lobsters. So, I have a list of the other shit I was gonna talk about. I need the list. Alright, yeah. So, I have my gripes with Elden Ring and God of War. I've aired out my grievances on Elden Ring before. God of War Ragnarok, I want to do a review of it. Just because I did those reviews on all the other God of War games a while ago, and I want to extend the same courtesy to Ragnarok, but I also want to extend the same courtesy of having more than one playthrough to go off of. Like, I really want to see how much they planned and stuff. So I want to do another playthrough of God of War Ragnarok before I do a review of it. Oh, this guy's beefy. Oh god, he just one shot me. Or if I can keep my distance, I think I can take him. This is Sanguine Noble, I believe. Let's take America. But even though both of the big games I played this year were great, I saw some stuff for some other games that um I got that I gotta talk about because Jesus Christ. Um Borderlands ruined video games. Uh there were two games in particular, two really big high profile games that came out this year that every time I see something from them, I just die inside. And they both took the things that make them so bad are things that they got from Borderlands. Borderlands sucks, and it's time that we as a society just admit that. Like the quips and stuff are fun for the first time. For your first time playing. But the looter shooter mechanic plus comedy equals just the worst thing imaginable. Because no any joke, no matter how funny, no matter how well timed, is not going to be funny when you have to hear it over and over and over again. High on Life is just not funny. Like, I saw most of a playthrough of that, and not a single joke I saw landed. And it's just nonstop. The characters just won't stop talking. They won't shut the fuck up. They just keep going and running the joke into the ground for several minutes at a time. I am determined to kill this guy. God. Keep my distance and not let him hit me at all. But it's hard when he has a ranged option too. Can you lock on, please? Jesus Christ. Okay, I give up. I do not have the health to take on this guy. I need to be able to heal. Now, I know High on Life is not a looter shooter. So, the problem with High on Life is just that it's Justin Roiland doing his overly long shtick where he will take a joke that is kind of funny and just kill it. Kill it brutally. Just. That man has an like matched talent for just making things not funny. And I just don't get it. I don't get how he's so successful. I don't get how him and Dan Harmon are so successful because they're the same. Like, I tried to get into Rick and Morty. and I could not. Because all I can hear is, "Oh, Rick, let's run this joke into the ground by talking about the same thing for 10 minutes. Oh man, what wasn't it funny? Pickle Rick, what wasn't funny when I turned myself into a pickle? Funniest thing I ever saw, right? Right? When I turned myself into a pickle Rick, and because Pick and Rick are right, and it was kind of gross, and I'm just an asshole, and I only did it to get out of family therapy, which my family probably really needs, but I'm a dickhead and don't care about anybody except myself, or I don't even really care about myself because I'm alcoholic, and that's all I can hear anytime any of them say anything. Just so obnoxious. But not as obnoxious as the gameplay for Gotham Knights. Segway. Uh, Turns out WB Montreal is just not a good developer. Yes, I liked Arkham Origins, but 90% of the work for Arkham Origins was done for them by Rocksteady. This is why I really should have something better than Glintstone Pebble by now. Because Glintstone Pebble is just not going to get it done with the AI hot wired the way they are. I don't think I ever really looked at these guys' faces before. I don't like masks. But yeah, want to take an otherwise decent combat system and make it not fun at all? Heavily tie it with the gear system. Yes, I know God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018 also have a gear system, and it's the worst part of those games. Full stop. Like the gear system and the way God of War is the best example I can think of a game actually having that kind of gear system and making it kind of work. And even then, it's the worst part of those games. So imagine a game where that's the best part of it. After I check out this area, I'm gonna go find Selin. And make a beeline to the map area. Ignore all enemies from here until there. And then I'm gonna go find Selin. But yeah, so Gotham Knights was horrible. What other games came out this year? Oh yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Uh People are finally kind of waking up to Pokemon's bullshit, I feel like. Um I think it's because they're finally starting to come out on consoles. Like before, they would come out on handhelds, and handhelds are a lot more limited in what they can do. So, yeah. But now that they're coming out on consoles and they have to compare to console games, now people are starting to see the cracks. They were starting to see the cracks form with Sword and Shield, and then Scarlet and Violet were somehow even worse as far as just the presentation and the production quality were, and the fake multiplayer. Well, so Stray sucks. It was a meme game that was kind of cool for like an hour, and then wore out its welcome. Like Stray has two major problems. One is that it is video game journo level difficulty. It basically plays itself. You just go forward and you hit the prompt. You hit the it's all contextual buttons. Where is Selene? I'm trying to remember. Yeah. All right. So shard. Oh, I need more intelligence. Because this is the one I want. I want Glitstone Phalanx. And also eventually want Carrion Slicer. But, do I already have that and I just can't use it? I do. I do have it, I just can't use it. Alright, time to level up my intelligence then, so I can use it. Perfect! Okay. Astrologer Staff is better option. How do I... I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember how to do... this? Yeah. There we go. I had to do it at a site of grace. Okay. Now that I have that figured out, let's let's return to that Ever jail and try to settle the score with that dude. I'm only gonna try it once because I feel like I still need to boost my health first. But the first issue I was having was that he kept dodging. Now he won't be able to dodge so easily. So yeah, I'm hoping that even though 2022 was a good year in gaming, I'm hoping 2023 is better. And we got Tears of the Kingdom and the System Shock remake. That's that's basically all I need. That's not doing as much damage as I would like. Yeah, that's not doing anywhere near enough damage. Do not get caught on the geometry, please. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some sword action. Yeah. I am more strength, more HP, and more FP. I just need more of everything, really, to take on that guy. But that about does it for video games. But kind of transferring into anime. Shikimori was this year, right? And so is Kaguya-sama Season 3. Uh, I know all the spoilers for Kaguya-sama Season 3 because I had been spoiled on the manga, off and on throughout the last like 4 or 5 years. Uh, and that's an anime I really like. Kaguya-sama. I can't stress that enough. It is just an excellently written, brilliantly written masterpiece. As an anime, it's like it's great. Like they go all the way with it. They really use the strength of the medium to its fullest. But man, that's another one where I just want the characters to shut up sometimes. Shut up and give me a chance to read. Or do it in dub and have it not be dumb. Because as it stands, like the Kaguya-sama anime it feels like homework. And so I had a lot better time. I'm not done with season 3, by the way. Like, again, it feels like homework, and so I only watch one episode every, once in a blue moon. Um, but I did watch Shikimori, which is a manga I was actually reading there for quite a bit. I've really enjoyed the manga and really enjoyed the anime. It's pretty good. Uh, the other big anime I can think of for this year is Cyberpunk, which people need to stop making excuses for multi-million-dollar companies. Uh, I love Trigger. I love Studio Trigger. I think they do really good work most of the time. I did not like Cyberpunk. I did not like it for a lot of the same reasons why I didn't like the Cyberpunk video game. is just way too clean, way too shiny, way too not cyberpunk. Like it's just and very gratuitous. Like I'm just this might just be my take on humanity. I really don't think that I think that there's just a shame, like an embarrassment, even as we become more and more depraved. We become more and more depraved and seemingly more depraved in the internet world because of the anonymity that the internet brings. Like, I don't think there will ever, no matter how far technology gets, no matter how much culture changes, I don't think we will ever get to a time where someone uses an automatic flashlight in public. I just don't think that, like, just it's very clear that a lot of cyberpunk stuff like that are written by people who have never been outside of a major city. And as someone who has been outside of a major city for the approximately half of his life, no, that's just not gonna happen. Society would push back against that so hard. Like we can't even barely get people to go by whatever gender they want to go by. Like that's just where humanity is always going to be at. There's just always going to be pushback against depravity like that. Especially as long as religion plays a part, which it just always will. Like there's a lot of depravity and stuff during like the Roman Empire and stuff, but there's pushback against it then too. Like the depravity of man is not a new thing. It's not something that the internet or technology created. It was always there, and so we need to. But even as far as cyberpunk goes, cyberpunk Edge Runners was just not that great. So yeah, I've just that realism gripe with cyberpunk as a genre, or that kind of cyberpunk as a genre rather. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! That guy has a crossbow. I was not expecting that. Come on. It. Shit! Okay, that was close. That was a close call. Yeah, my main problem with Edge Runners, even as far as Cyberpunk goes, is that it was just too clean. Everything was clean, everything was polished, everything was that same, that, like, pastel, neon, like, turquoise and pink aesthetic that all Studio Trigger stuff has. It's a completely textureless version of Cyberpunk, and that was a problem that extended to the video game. Like the video game just had no texture, no grit, no depth whatsoever. Oh, I'm already almost here? Shit. Oh my god, this is gonna be annoying. Die, die, die. There should be an illusory wall. Accidental backstab? Oh my god. See, this is why I fucking hate teleporting enemies. Fucking breaks your lock on. Fuck it. Going through the illusory wall. Ignoring him. And it's CG! I am not ready to tackle Carrion Manor, by the way. Dude, we don't receive any visitors. Let's strengthen that. Let's just away that I can. Okay. Next subject. Oh, as far as anime goes, you know, this was also the year that Wano finally ended. I made my opinions on that very clear on other videos. Um, and the return of Bleach, which is a very exciting thing to exist as a someone who really went full circle with Bleach. I loved Bleach, then I kind of didn't like it, and then I really hated it, and then I sort of liked it again, and I've come around full circle to loving Bleach again. Like, it's not great, it's nowhere near as good as Naruto or One Piece, but it's a lot better than a lot of other shonen. And I haven't had a chance to watch Chainsaw Man yet. I need to. It's like next on the list. I had to get through Kaguya-sama season 3 out of obligation, and then I'll be ready to get into Chainsaw Man. That's a show I've been promising to get into Chainsaw Man when the anime comes out since before the anime was ever announced. Yeah, at this point, I'm kind of just fucking around. I kind of fulfilled the things I wanted to do. You know, I met up with EG. I got to Liurnia. Got to the Academy Gate Town. I'm not ready to fight a dragon. So I'm not going to even go for the Glintstone Key. Even though you don't have to kill the dragon to get the Glintstone Key. It makes getting the Glintstone Key a lot easier. So now I'm just going to faff about while I finish up the talking points I have outlined. Yeah, that brings us to the last kind of subject, which is movies. I don't know if this was actually a good year for movies. Well, what it was undeniably so. It was undeniably a big year for movies. Movies are back. Uh, they kind of been in a slump, and then the pandemic hit, and then a lot of them got like delayed or canceled or what have you. But movies are back. I have not seen a whole lot of movies this year. I just haven't had the time or money or patience. So the ones I have written down are kind of the ones that are in some way important to me. So we had We actually had a really cool contrast where we had everything everywhere all at once and Multiverse of Madness come out within like the same 3 week period of time or within the same month. In fact, I think they came out like a week apart. Oh my god. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yeah, everything everywhere all at once Multiverse of Madness. Uh I didn't actually I like both films. Like we can live in a world where both films are good. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the more acclaimed film, and it's the one that like handles its multiverse stuff a lot better or whatever. But like the idea of a multiverse is so absurd that I'd rather it just go all the way with it. And Everything Everywhere All at Once, it didn't. I don't think it pulled any punches per se, but I don't know. There's just something about it that I just didn't care. And I think it's the idea that like it's kind of mixed in its messaging. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a bit mixed in its messaging because on one hand you have the idea that like every universe is important because every universe has people in it, and the idea that this person it has to be at the center of the multiverse or whatever because they're not satisfied with their lot in life, and they feel like they haven't accomplished anything, and the movie kind of validates that feeling. Like I don't know, there's just something about the beginning that irked me the wrong way, and I'd really have to like watch it again and think about it with knowing how the story winds up, and see how like is that like the is she supposed to learn that like she should be content with her lot in life because she's still a person and therefore she still matters, or is it like, oh no, you have a regular job and a loving husband and kids, and just and you're just a normal you know average worker? Well, fuck you. You don't. You're stupid. Like that. I don't like the implication there. Multiverse of Madness is stupid. Like it really does the like World of Hats with some of its alternate universes. It is all over the place. It's a completely unfocused mess of a movie, really, and it undoes uh some stuff from WandaVision, or it doesn't like undo it, but it undoes it in the same way that comic books tend to undo stuff, which is that hey, for plot purposes, we have to have things play out kind of this way, but that doesn't line up well with where that character ended up last time we saw them. So let's just say that the book corrupted her, and so she can be a villain again. And that is a very like Marvel Comics way of handling it. Like, I kind of find it funny that like as comic book movies progress, they keep becoming more and more like comic books, and in doing so, they pick up more of their faults. Like they're trying, like Phase Four is basically trying to be modern Marvel with its but between having like a multiverse and Miles Morales as a thing, and are these guys gonna just infinitely spawn? I don't remember this being challenging. I don't remember these guys ever being here. Okay, so even though I did like Everything Everywhere All at Once and Multiverse of Madness, it just not neither one really sat well with me. To be perfectly honest. But yeah. So Marvel Phase 4 is trying. I already said that. I already said that they try to be like modern comics, and already gave examples. So anyway, Top Gun Maverick is a movie that I just do not give a fuck about. I'm glad a lot of people liked it. I'm glad people who love Top Gun liked it, but I didn't care for the first Top Gun, so I have no reason to ever give a fuck about a sequel. Like just it's just I don't care how good it is. It is 2.5 hours of my time that I am not gonna spend. Which way is he pointing? Oh, well, that's a dilemma. That is quite the dilemma. Have you ranged option? Man, I'd hate to waste a cookie or. Uh, did I kill all three? I thought that was only two. Oh, well, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. Which, don't look a gift horse in the mouth is a very weird phrase until you look a gift horse in the mouth. It's like, oh yeah, you just that's just not pleasant. Swear to God, if this is like something that I'm not even going to be able to use with my build. It's a memory stone. That's good. No, memory stones are always good for mages. Give you a little more variety with your options. What other movies came? Oh yeah, Jurassic World Dominion, which I already talked about on a different stream. I thought it was okay, but I was like, it's a 5 out of 10. I'm probably like, I enjoyed it, but I'm like a really easy lay for this, so like 5 out of 10. That's like really being nice. And one of the rationale I gave for that rating was that it was much more about the dinosaurs and was a lot more respectful to them as animals. But then someone, it was in like a YouTube comment section, pointed out that the giant monster locusts that are a big plot point in that movie are structurally not different from the Indominus Rex or the Indoraptor, which were the big giant dumb monsters in the other two Jurassic World movies. And that is a good time. And when that person pointed that out, I was like, oh, they're absolutely right. I think I might actually hate this movie a lot more than I thought I did. Because now I can't stop thinking about that now. Yeah, I know there's also a lot of Disney show like the thing is because I've been keeping up with so little as far as like TV especially goes, I don't even really know which ones came out this year. Like She-Hulk was this year, right? Yeah, I don't care because I don't care about She-Hulk. And I especially don't care about modern day fourth wall breaking She-Hulk. And same thing with Kenobi. Like Kenobi, spoiler alert, Kenobi was never going to be good because the story's not worth telling. If the story was worth telling, they would have told it years ago. Like it would have been a book or part of Star Wars Rebels or something. But no, like it exists because Obi-Wan and Anakin are popular. People wanted to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back, and then they had to build a plot around that. They had to build a plot around Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen being in a Disney Plus show. And same thing with Andor. Like Andor, I heard is actually pretty good, but it's it doesn't matter. And Cassian Andor dies in Rogue One. Like his story does not matter to the grand scheme of things. If it did, they would have done more with them sooner. But no, people are starved for good Star Wars content. People are starved for good Star Wars content. People tended to like Rogue One, and so they wanted to cash in on Rogue One. Oh shit! I expect that to be an attack. Shit! Like I know that attack from grinding in Mogwin with the red variants of those enemies. Oh, there's so many here. We look at the item now. Oh my god, it's something stupid. Such a god. I love this game, but man, sometimes a lot of times the reward is just not worth the trial. What else came out this year? Okay, so Thor: Love and Thunder. Um, I didn't actually care much for Ragnarok. It was probably the best Thor movie on balance, but I did not like the way that that movie used comedy. I heard Love and Thunder just took that even further. So between that and being based on the Jane Foster Thor run, um, yeah, and I completely lost interest in that part of the Marvel universe. Again, like they're taking all the they took all the good ideas from comics throughout phase 1, 2, and 3, and now it's time for all the bad ideas. Avatar is also back. I'll eventually watch that movie because I just have a big soft spot for water stuff. Like I have a big soft spot for Waterworld. I have a big soft spot for Moana. Link to the Past or Wind Waker is probably my favorite Legend of Zelda game, or at least it's top three. So I will probably end up liking Avatar: The Way of Water more than I liked the first Avatar movie, which I thought was just kind of okay. So, and whatever. Um, this actually brings me to a point I made on Twitter a long time ago, which is that why what happened to Hollywood? What happened to Hollywood's ability to make a movie under 2 hours? Why do they all have to be 2.5 to 3 hour endurance contests? Like Alfred Hitchcock had a really great quote of like the length of a film should be in proportion to the endurance of the human bladder. That's because people occasionally have to go to the bathroom. There should never, ever be a movie. Wouldn't a pause feature be really nice in a game like this? This is speaking of like needing to pee. I don't have to pee, but like, what if I did? What if I had the sudden urge to pee and I had to pause the game? I can't. I have to either completely turn the game off or try to hold my pee in until I get to a safe spot. Like humans, like nothing will take you out of an experience faster than having to urinate. A movie should not be more than 2 hours long. Like not without an intermission. Like yeah, there's exceptions. There's movies that validate their runtime and stuff, but when you're seeing it in theaters, when you don't have the luxury of pausing it yourself, there should be either an intermission like there is in the Godfather movies. The Godfather movies actually have a built-in intermission within its 4 hour runtime. Uh, or it just needs to be cut down. I can think of very few movies, at least a modern movie. I can think of very few modern movies that are more than 2 hours long that validate that 2 hour plus runtime. Like there are so many movies I've seen over the past few years that are like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but 45 minutes of it is just the action scene at the end. Sometimes usually tacked on. Like speaking of movies taking bad ideas from bad comics and people just ignoring them because of fanboy nonsense. The Batman is overrated. That was one of the few movies I saw in theaters this year. It was that, Jurassic World Dominion, and the Quince movie. The Batman is like a 2 hour, 45 minute movie that could very easily be cut down to 2 hours. The whole final climactic sequence with that stupid fucking flood nonsense could have been cut. Oh, but no, we had it's a superhero movie, so we had to have our big bombastic action sequence where Robert Pattinson, normal ass human with no superpowers, can just power walk his way through machine gun fire without getting a scratch, or without like do people who make these movies not realize that armor only absorbs some of the impact, and that a lot of bullets will eventually go through body armor, and even when they don't, it will still knock you on your ass? Like, anyone remember Kick-Ass? The movie from 2010? Where, you had, Nick Cage's character shoot, Hit Girl in the chest with a gun, and she was wearing, like, a bulletproof vest, but it still knocked her on her ass? Yeah, that's what actually happens. Oh, but we gotta have the big climactic action scene where Robert Pattinson, normal dude, power walks through machine gun fire because it's a superhero movie. And we also have to shoehorn a Catwoman subplot that goes absolutely nowhere, has nothing to do with the Riddler, and makes the big crime boss bad guy, Carmine Falcone, look like a complete and utter moron. You mean to tell me that this dude had a phone, had access to this phone for like 3 weeks, and never thought to break it? Never thought to delete the incriminating video? He never thought to pay off a lawyer or a journalist to spin the story or call it like a deep fake or something. He never thought of any of that. Like, the villains in the Batman, other than the Riddler stuff is actually pretty good. Paul Dano is really good as Riddler. I really like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I really liked the guy they got playing Commissioner Gordon. I really liked Andy Serkis as Alfred. The whole Carmine Falcone and Catwoman subplots in that movie are just retarded. And I'm sick and tired of people pretending otherwise. Oh, because it's all artsy and it uses saturated lighting and a red filter on its camera. It's art. It's artsy. It's a tour de force. No, it's a fucking retread of Dark Knight with worse writing. I'm gonna go because I'm about to wrap it up. I've been going for over 2 hours. My voice is starting to die, so I'm gonna wrap up the last of my points. Uh, yeah, the Batman is trash. Well, it's not trash. It's like an 8 out of 10 movie. But the more I think about it, and the more I think about the reception around that movie, the more I want to hate it. Because there are serious problems in that movie that people are just ignoring. Like, I had the same kind of experience with Into the Spider-Verse a couple years ago. Another movie that was really good, that had some serious problems that people just fucking ignored. And now the next movie is making all those same mistakes, but is going to exacerbate those mistakes because the people wanted to wank off to the animation in lieu of the actual story, plot, characters, themes, and stuff. And then they make the excuse like, oh, the having Spider-Man at the center of the multiverse makes sense because it happened in the comics. No, that doesn't make sense because it was stupid in the comics too. Like, I plan on doing a whole video on legacy characters at some point, like an essay style video, where I go pretty long and pretty deep into like the history of legacy characters. But I have to sift through a lot of research, a lot of source material, a lot of comic book history I have to read up on and refamiliarize myself with. But the long and short of Miles Morales' part of that is that he will always just be the Black Spider-Man. It doesn't matter how good of a character he is. It doesn't matter how good of a plot he ends up having. It doesn't matter how good his villains end up being. They created that character as a diversity hire. He is the affirmative action Spider-Man, and that is what he will be forever and always. because of just they didn't conceive him out of passion or out of love or out of having good ideas. They created him because they wanted a black superhero. And they didn't have enough faith in him as an original character, so they attached him to the literally most successful book or most successful IP in all of Marvel. Like, if they actually had passion for Miles Morales when they were creating him, they would have given him his own book right away. They wouldn't have attached him to Spider-Man. It would have been like, I actually want to kind of spitball on Twitter about like potential superhero names for Miles Morales, because Miles Morales is not a superhero name and Spider-Man is already taken. So what else could he be called? Like Arachnid, well, it seems a little too easy. The Black Spider, a little too racist. Uh, I actually wanted to go with Ebony Webb. Ebony Webb would actually be my pick. Like, if I were to write a Miles Morales comic, I would be like, no, I'm not. I would have him straight up say, I don't want to live in Peter's shadow anymore. I want to be my own man, my own hero. I'm designing my own suit. And you can call me the Ebony Webb. Like that's how I would write the character. That would be in the very first issue of the Miles Morales story I write. Yeah, I really just want to rant about Batman some more, but I end up just keep repeating myself. The Batman is a movie that when I see it again, I will live tweet it the way I did Blade Runner 2049, where I just pick it apart live in front of you. Be like, I've only seen this movie once. This is only my second time watching it. This is all the problems I have with it. I will even put timestamps and stuff. I don't really need anything from this area for my build, but it's good for grinding. Good for getting some more levels for this character. I really want to improve my vigor and my strength. Level up yet. So yeah, that's probably gonna end up doing it for today. Let's see if I have any other talking points. I do have Morbius because it's Morbid time. That movie was never going to be good because Jared Leto is not a good actor, and nobody involved in the production of that movie has done anything worthwhile. Uh, but it is absolutely hilarious to see Sony be so out of touch that they fail to recognize when a meme is a meme, and so the movie flopped in the box office, got popular as a meme because it flopped at the box office, and they saw that as incentive to re-release it in the box office, where it once again flopped. And that's a good note to end the stream on. Happy New Year, everybody! Here's to 2023. Hope it's a better year than this one, and I hope that my book is doing well enough where once that first royalty check comes in next month, I'm able to actually like quit my job and live comfortable. I really doubt that my book is selling all that well. First time author, indie author. I've only sunk a couple $100 into marketing. The works. Um, but no, it would be a dream come true if I'm able to like quit my job and live comfortably off of that, and have more time to actually watch more movies and TV shows and catch up on all the stuff I missed from the past like 2 to 3 years. So yeah, and thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in on this this Friday afternoon. I'm Mediocrity 4. Thanks for watching.